Everyone carries a shadow, and the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it is. The shadow is a term used by Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung to describe the parts of ourselves that we repress or deny. These parts may include our fears, desires, and negative emotions. According to Jung, the shadow is an unconscious aspect of our psyche that contains both positive and negative qualities. Jung believed that the shadow is a natural part of the human psyche and that it is important to acknowledge and integrate it into our conscious awareness. When we deny or repress our shadow, we risk it taking over our behavior and sabotaging our relationships and goals. By embracing our shadow, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and live more authentically. The process of embracing the shadow involves acknowledging and exploring the aspects of ourselves that we have been repressing or denying. This may include negative emotions such as anger or jealousy, as well as repressed desires or fears. Once we have identified these aspects of ourselves, we can work towards integrating them in a healthy way. Self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth and transformation. It's the ability to recognize and understand our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and how they impact ourselves and others. Without self-awareness, we may be operating on autopilot, repeating patterns of behavior and relationships that may not be serving us well. However, self-awareness is not complete unless we explore and accept our shadow self. This is the part of ourselves that we may be unaware of or actively avoiding. These aspects of ourselves can have a powerful impact on our behavior and relationships whether we realize it or not. By exploring and accepting our shadow self, we can gain a deeper understanding of who we are and what drives us. We can identify patterns of behavior and relationships that may be holding us back and work towards integrating these aspects in a healthy way. However, exploring and accepting our shadow self can be a challenging process. It can bring up uncomfortable emotions and force us to confront aspects of ourselves that we may not like or understand. It may require us to let go of old patterns of behavior and relationships that are no longer serving us. But by embracing this process, we can become more whole and balanced as individuals. We can develop a greater sense of compassion and understanding for ourselves and others, and move towards a more authentic and fulfilling life. There are many ways through which a person can integrate their shadow. For example, a person who has always struggled with anger may have repressed feelings of vulnerability and fear in their shadow side. Through shadow work, they may begin to explore and accept these aspects of themselves. They may learn to express their anger in a healthy way, such as through assertiveness rather than aggression. By integrating their shadow, they may become more in touch with their emotions and able to communicate effectively in their relationships. Or here's another example. Imagine a person who is always identified as the good guy. As a result, this person may have learned to suppress their own desires and needs, and instead focus solely on the needs of others. By doing shadow work and exploring the repressed aspects of themselves, this person may begin to recognize that they have been neglecting their own needs and desires. This can lead to a more balanced and authentic sense of self. Now that we have explored the concept of the shadow and its importance in our lives, let's take some time to work with and embrace our own shadows through a guided meditation. Remember that the process of embracing your shadow is ongoing and can take time, so be gentle and patient with yourself. As you enter this meditation, allow yourself to be open and non-judgmental towards any emotions, thoughts, or desires that may arise. Trust in the process and know that by embracing your shadow, you can become a more integrated and authentic version of yourself. Begin by finding a quiet and comfortable place where you can sit or lie down for the duration of this meditation. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Allow yourself to relax and let go of any tension in your body. Say to yourself, breathe in, I am breathing in. Breathe out, I am breathing out. Breathe in, I am breathing in. Breathe out, I am breathing out. Allow yourself to be fully immersed in this present moment. notice the sensations of the body and the mind. Calming the mind and its thoughts can be likened to letting a jar of murky water settle and become clear. When the water is turbulent and agitated, it is difficult to see through the murkiness. But when it is left undisturbed, the sediment settles and the clarity of the water is revealed. Similarly, when we calm our minds and allow our thoughts to settle, we can gain greater clarity and insight into our inner selves. Now bring to mind the concept of the shadow. Take a moment to reflect on any aspects of yourself that you may have been avoiding or repressing. These may be feelings of anger, jealousy, or sadness, or desires that you may feel ashamed of. Allow yourself to sit with these feelings without judgment or self-criticism. Now visualize yourself standing in front of a mirror. In this mirror, you see not only your physical reflection, but also a reflection of your shadow self. This may appear as a darker or more chaotic version of yourself, or as a completely different person. Take a moment to observe this reflection without judgment or fear. As you continue to observe your shadow self, ask yourself what aspects of yourself you may be avoiding or repressing. What fears, insecurities, or desires may be lurking in your shadow, and allow yourself to feel whatever emotions may arise. Maybe you're afraid of failure, or you have a deep desire for success. Perhaps you have insecurities about your appearance or abilities. Whatever it may be, take the time to really explore these aspects of yourselves without judgment. By facing and acknowledging these aspects of yourself, you can begin to move towards integration and wholeness. As you begin to accept and embrace your shadow, you may feel a sense of relief or release. Remember that these aspects of yourself are not inherently bad or negative. They are simply a part of who you are. It's important to let go of any shame or guilt you may feel about these aspects, and instead see them as opportunities for growth and self-awareness. When someone has integrated their shadow, they may exhibit a greater sense of wholeness and emotional stability. They are often able to recognize and acknowledge their own flaws and limitations without becoming overwhelmed or defensive. They may also be more compassionate and understanding towards others, as they have come to accept and integrate their own dark side. As you continue on your journey of self-discovery and growth, remember that integrating your shadow is an ongoing process. It requires courage, self-awareness, and a willingness to embrace all aspects of yourself. By acknowledging and integrating your shadow, you can live a more authentic and fulfilling life, free from the constraints of fear and shame. So embrace your shadow self with open arms and see where the journey takes you. Now start to take some deep breaths. Pay more attention to your body and the sensations you are feeling at this present moment. Try to recall any positive thoughts or moments you had during this meditation session. Slowly start to move your hands, your feet, your arms, your legs, and the rest of your body. Or if you so choose, take a moment and continue to relax the body. Thank you for listening to this guided meditation. I appreciate your efforts on becoming more mindful and more virtuous. Let us strive to be mindfully stoic.